All right, how we doing, everybody? Matt Modi here with OddsJam, here to give you my anytime touchdown score best bets for NFL Sunday. I will admit I am riding somewhat of a hot streak on these anytime touchdown scores. I had three for last Sunday, so a week ago. I hit all three. I had one or two for Monday Night Football. Those both hit. I had one for Thursday Night Football. That hit. So I am riding somewhat of a hot streak on these anytime touchdown score bets. So hopefully I can continue the streak for this Sunday. So the first play and the first game that I'm looking at is in the Titans versus Eagles. And then of course, I'm using the OddsJam line shopping tool to look at all these. So if you go to sports, you go to NFL, you hover or you click into the game that you want, and then you go to anytime touchdown score, it pulls up the best odds for every sportsbook. So this one in the Eagles versus Titans game, this one's obvious. It's chalk. I'm going A.J. Brown to score a touchdown. The reason for this is pretty simple. It's a revenge narrative. It's a revenge game for A.J. Brown. He obviously spent the first, 3 years of his career in Tennessee. A.J. Brown did. They didn't want to pay him, so they traded him to the Eagles for a first-round pick and used that first-round pick on a receiver. So A.J. Brown has even said at the time he had mixed feelings about the trade. He liked his time in Tennessee. He liked his teammates. He liked the coaching staff. Obviously, he's now incredibly happy in Philly at 10-1. But for those of you who have followed A.J. Brown on social media, know that he is definitely looking forward to playing his old team. And the Eagles coach, Nick Sirianni, he is very, very much aware of certain types of narratives like this. He's always trying to reward his players for something like this. So it might not even be to the benefit of the Eagles offense, but I can guarantee you they're going to force feed A.J. Brown targets, and I guarantee you they're going to force feed him targets in the red zone. And A.J. Brown has obviously also had an awesome year. He scored last week against the Packers. He scored 3 touchdowns a couple weeks ago against the Steelers. He scored the next week against the Texans. He's just had an awesome year, and I think he's just going to get hyper targeted in this game. And also the Titans have a horrible passing defense. They're very, very stout against the run, but they can be beat through the air, especially with their weak cornerbacks and their slot corner. So they'll have advantages with A.J. Brown, and when they do, they're going to use them. They just have to hope their offensive line can hold up against the very, very stout Titans defensive line. Next up, the game we're looking at is in the Seahawks versus the Rams, and this is another chalky play, but Actually, let me go back to the A.J. Brown one. You can get this. I should mention this part, obviously, at PointsBet at plus 130 and on FanDuel at plus 130 as well. Obviously, you want to make sure that you are maximizing the odds that you are getting. Why lose $10 and bet this on DraftKings when you can bet it at FanDuel at plus 130? So I forgot to mention the odds. That's obviously important. So the next one, another chalky pick, but this one has a ton of value, is Kenneth Walker to score a touchdown. You can get this at minus 115 at Caesars. And just look at the value here on this Kenneth Walker one compared to the other 3 books. Minus 115 at Caesars, PointsBet minus 150, DraftKings and FanDuel minus 145, Caesars all the way at minus 115. And Kenneth Walker, the rookie running back for the Seahawks, obviously, has been incredible this year. Ever since Rashad Penny got hurt, and even before the Penny injury, Walker had been coming on. I think he has 9 touchdowns in his last 7 games, and he also has a touchdown in 6 of those 7 games as well. So he's riding hot. The Rams are going to be without Aaron Donald in this game, which obviously hurts them a ton. And they're just going to feed Kenneth Walker. He scored twice last game. He hasn't been as efficient on the ground in the past couple games, which is obviously a little bit of a concern. But he's still a beast, incredibly difficult to bring down. And the Rams' season, it's just over. It is what it is. Kupp's out, Aaron Donald's out, Stafford's out. It's just over. And the Seahawks are going to run Kenneth Walker a zillion times. Nobody on the Rams defense is going to want to tackle him. I wouldn't be surprised if he scored twice in this game. You could get pretty good odds on him scoring twice. So he is going to be my second anytime touchdown score bet. I actually recommend putting a unit on this one, $100 off on Kenneth Walker to score a touchdown. Awesome value. And then the last one is in another really good game, the Dolphins versus 49ers. And I like Brandon Aiyuk to score a touchdown. So another play that has ridiculous value on Caesars. Look at the other books. PointsBet and FanDuel have it at plus 100, even money, for Brandon Aiyuk to score. Caesars has it all the way up at plus 170, and DraftKings has it at plus 130. So if you risked $100 on PointsBet or FanDuel, you would profit $100. If you risked $100 on Caesars, you would profit $170. That is literally a $70 difference for the same exact play. He's either going to score or he's not. You're not getting anything safer by going with PointsBet or FanDuel. Same exact play, difference of $70. Ridiculous. So Brandon Aiyuk, I like to score a lot. My logic here, aside from the value, which is obviously incredible, is I saw a stat that the Dolphins do the worst job at mid passes that are not long, not short or not long, mid. I can't think of the term for it, but medium in terms of passing length, medium. The 49ers are the number one team in the NFL at that type of short, medium passing game. One of the biggest benefactors of that stout medium passing game for the 49ers is Brandon Aiyuk, who does a really good job in the intermediate parts of the field, does a really good job breaking tackles, is one of Jimmy G's favorite red zone threats. We all remember him scoring 2 times on Monday Night Football a couple weeks ago. So Brandon Aiyuk, anytime touchdown score bet, I think is great. Plus 170 at Caesars. And that's going to be it. So we're looking at A.J. Brown to score a touchdown. We're looking at Kenneth Walker to score a touchdown. And we're looking at Brandon Aiyuk. So if you're tailing any and all of these 3, comment and let me know. And that's it. So thank you guys for watching and have a good one.